What's goody YTBC? What's good, fight fans, boxing heads around the world? B Marsh with another boxing video. So this is my breakdown and prediction for this fight we got coming up November 12th out there in Monaco in front of the man Prince Albert and all his his cabinet and basically all his constituents, you know what I mean? You know, the fight's gonna be out there in front of all them rich folks. This is Malik Ortiz. I said Malik Ortiz. Luis Ortiz versus the man Malik Scott, you know what I'm saying? And Malik Ortiz, I said Malik Ortiz. Luis Ortiz is the interim WBA champion, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion, the man should be fighting the man Vladimir Klitschko, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe him and the man Lucas Brown, since both of these guys are steroid cheats. And yeah, I said it, the man is a steroid cheat. When he beat Latif Coyote, them fellas was on steroids. I don't care what nobody says, you know what I mean? All this looks nice and all. And I'm not mad at Luis Ortiz. I'm not a super fan of his. I've seen him fight live. I was actually at his last fight live when he beat up on the DC hometown guy, Tony Thompson, you know what I mean? You check it, but Luis Ortiz can fight, you know what I'm saying? He can fight, but you know, I'm always hold him against that, what he did to Latif Coyote, fighting against when he was under the PEDs, you know what I mean? I picked him to beat Brian Jennings, you know, and I was proud of that pick because a lot of people thought the man Brian Jennings would win because he fought a good fight against Vladimir Klitschko, but the man Luis Ortiz is a big man. He's a big man. This guy is a well-trained professional, you know. This guy is a good, he's a Cuban, man, a Cuban boxing school. So the man can fight, you know what I'm saying? So he's going to be in there against Malik King Scott, you know, Malik King Scott or King Malik Scott. You know, this is the guy from Philadelphia, like I said before, a quite eccentric guy, you know what I mean? Type of guy who paints his fingernails, the type of guy who's tattooed all over the place. I'm surprised he ain't got tattoos on his face, you know what I mean? But let's get into the action, what I think's going to happen, man. Let me break it down. Malik Scott is a great boxer. I think the man is probably, to me, he probably has the best skill set out of all heavyweight boxers as far as technical skills, man. You know, when the man is putting it together, using his movement, his slickness, the man can fight, man. Malik Scott can fight, you know what I'm saying? You know, the man has lost a couple times. Who's he lost to? Guys like Deontay Wilder and Derek Chisora, Del Boy. You know what I'm saying? But the man, you know, the man can fight, you know. He can even drop guys like, you know, he dropped the man Tony Thompson last fight they fought, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, as a fan, I like the man Malik Scott, you know, when he's boxing in a pure boxing style like he does, because that's my favorite style of boxing. I love the pure boxer, you know. I love a boxer puncher. That's my favorite kind of fighter, you know what I'm saying? Now, you know, the man Malik Scott, you know, the man can fight, but Luis Ortiz, man, is on a whole different level as far as punching power, man. And the man has been getting fellas up out of there, you know what I'm saying? You see what he did to Tony Thompson, you see what he did to Brian Jennings, man, knocking him all over the camp from post to pillar to post, you know what I'm saying? You know, so in this particular fight, you know, I think Malik Scott, man, he has a chance to win this fight by unanimous decision or some type of decision if the man could box, frustrate the man Ortiz, you know what I'm saying? Use his jab, fight basically from a distance, you know what I mean? Because this man Luis Ortiz, he does have a good inside game, you know what I mean? He can mix it up on the inside, you know. He can fight from a distance, you know what I'm saying? You know, he's a southpaw, so he's going to use his jab and, you know, catch you with them clean left hands, you know what I mean? So that's one thing Malik Scott got to avoid. He got to stay away from this man's left hand and just got to be basically a fighter who's, you know, he got to be real cautious of how he gets in there and tries to mix it up with the man Luis Ortiz, you know what I mean? Now, if the man, could box on the back foot, Malik Scott could box off the back foot, you know, like I said, give this man Luis Ortiz different angles, you know what I'm saying? You know, the man Malik Scott, you know, he lost to that man Glasgow, but to me, in my opinion, was it a loss or a draw? I had the man Malik Scott winning that fight, man. That was a terrible decision, you know what I mean? So Malik Scott, man, in my opinion, he has a chance to win this fight, you know what I'm saying? I say it's a 60-40 fight, in my opinion, you know what I mean? If he gets knocked out like the way he did against Deontay Wilder, excuse me. It's a possibility, you know what I mean? But I think the man could box this guy, you know? We can see, you know? He fought the man Tony Thompson. You know, he beat Tony Thompson decisively, but the man Luis Ortiz beat him better than Malik Scott, you know what I mean? Because of the power difference. Malik Scott is not quite the guy who's going to knock fellas out, you know what I mean? You check it. So in my opinion, I think the man Malik Scott, he's going to have to box, man. He's going to have to box and make no mistakes, man. Because if he gets tapped on that jaw, it's a wrap, you know what I'm saying? So basically, this fight is between brains and brawn, you know what I mean? And not that the man Malik Scott, Luis Ortiz is not a smart fighter, you know what I mean? The man is a smart fighter, you know? But I think he's more of a guy who wants to knock this guy out rather than box for a whole 12 rounds like Malik Scott would like to, you know what I mean? So in my opinion, I think the man Malik Scott, you know, man, I'd like to see him win this fight, you know what I mean? Just because, like I said, I do prefer and like to watch his style more than just a serious knockout artist, you know what I mean? I like knockouts, yeah, but, you know, you ain't going to knock everybody out, you know what I'm saying? That's impossible, you know what I mean? So you got to rely on the tools of your trade, you know what I mean? Got to stick to your skill set. And I think the man Malik Scott might be able to pull off the upset. But if I had to pick, I had to put my money on it, I had to put up my house on it, I'm going to have to pick with Luis Ortiz, you know what I mean? Luis Ortiz has been looking phenomenal lately. You know, not a lot of fighters have been giving him problems. I'm still, that fight against Latif Coyote, that joint got a asterisk and a disclaimer that the man did take steroids. So keep that in mind. But apart from that, man, the man is a tremendous fighter, Luis Ortiz, man, and I think he's going to get it done, you know what I mean? How will he get it done? I think he's going to stop the man Malik Ortiz. I said Malik Ortiz, Malik Scott. He's probably going to stop the man probably in, I'll probably say in the 8th round, you know what I'm saying, in front of Prince Albert and all the Monaco constituents. And they're going to have a good night out there on November 12th, you know what I'm saying? And I'm actually looking forward to this card, you know what I mean? This card is stacked, you know what I'm saying? We got Luis Ortiz versus Malik Scott. We got Arthur Abraham versus Martin Murray. And we also have Jason Sosa defending his WBA regular title against Stephen Smith from the UK, one of the Smith brothers, you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to this fight, man. This card actually out there in Monaco. And I'll be paying attention. And if I'm not mistaken, HBO will be televising the Luis Ortiz versus Malik Scott fight. So, you know, middle finger to Golden Boy, you know what I'm saying? You thought middle Golden Boy just because the man ain't on Golden Boy no more, we ain't going to see him on HBO? Nah, man, that's out. We're going to see the man on HBO against Malik Scott out there in Monaco. So let me know in the comment section who you think's going to win this fight. I got an 8th round stoppage for the man Luis Ortiz. But like I said, the man does have a chance. That was when he fought Tony Thompson at the DC Armory. I was there, man. I was probably like 8 rows back, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm going to keep it real, man. If I'm going to another boxing event, I don't like sitting on the floor too much, you know what I'm saying? On the floor because it's all level. So when a knockdown happens, everybody stands up. You got to stand up, look over people's shoulders. I'd rather be like in the bleachers, you know what I'm saying? In them $35 seats up there at the Armory, you know what I mean? Where you can get a perfect view. You check it, you get a bird's view, eagle's eye view, check standing from them cheap seats. So that's what I'm gonna usually do. That's what I did for the Broner and Ashley Theophane fight, and actually that was the best view I've ever had in the DC Armory, and I've been in there for numerous fights. Alright, so let me know in the comment section who you think's gonna win this fight. You know, Malik Ortiz, I'd like to see him do his thing, mix it up. But I think I said Malik Ortiz, Malik Scott, but I think the man Luis Ortiz will overwhelm him. Alright, B Marsh Boxer, let me know in the comment section what you think. Peace. And who you think's gonna win the fight. Alright? Peace.